Namaste, I'm Manish and I'd like to share with you yoga for focus. This is one of the biggest problems in the modern world because we are so used to gadgets where we're getting information, too much data input, and therefore focus is out of the window. I was reading this thing that on YouTube, if a person is not interested in the first 3 seconds, you've lost the person. So images have to change that quickly. Now, I do hope you've got a bit more focus than that. The point here being that, how do I train focus, right? I believe the essence of a human being is focus. And this is what Patanjali says, that essentially meditation is your nature. You got to remove the distracting factors. As a child, you could play with one toy for hours together. Once puberty happened to us, we lost all our focus. That's why yoga, martial arts generally is trained from childhood onwards. But not important if it hasn't been. But like that, once the focus went, we did not retrain it as adults. This is mandatory. What is the meaning of having good focus? I can learn anything, I can perform at anything better, but more importantly, I can be a good friend, a family member, because I can be a good listener. Today, a lot of problems with relationships because people don't have the focus to listen. Somebody's telling you their life story, but you're thinking about what to do for dinner, or you're thinking about some call or email you have to send. There is no deep listening. So for all of this, you got to train focus. Now, it's essential and it's interesting that in yoga, meditation is not considered something unique that you do. It's a continued period of focus. So once you've sorted the yama, niyam, asana, pranayam, sense withdrawal, pratyahar, the internal yoga journey begins. Focus, dharan, dhyan, meditation, samadhi, a dissolution of sense of self. Now these are not different states, they are continued period of focus. Now, to be able to focus well, the first thing I would like to suggest is you need to have a sankalp. A sankalp is a resolve. Yeah? Now, it could be anything. You want to say, train to sit like this. You want to train to have a better relationship at home. You want to work a little bit more on your career. Anything, a bucket list goal. You want to train to swim. Now, whatever it may be for you, you need to have a sankalp. And to understand a sankalp, you need to do two things. One is have words, mantra. So the left brain works predominantly with language, with words. So you need to have a sankalp. Say you want to train to swim. So your sankalp will be, I can swim, or I want to swim. Something like that. Yeah, you make that word. But that's only half, it's only the left hemisphere. The right hemisphere doesn't understand language, but it understands images. And therefore you got to have a visualization. When you have a very good visualization of you swimming, then that combined with the words makes your sankalp very powerful. Without this, you're only using half. So that is why companies, like if you see Nike, the swoosh and the just do it just sticks in the mind. It's got a visualization, it's got a verbalization, and it becomes a very powerful image. Now you are so much more important than any company. For yourself, have a slogan, have a mantra, have a verbalization, an affirmation, and have a visualization. This is very important, and that becomes your sankalp. You got to do this, you got to feed it into the conscious, subconscious, unconscious every morning, before you sleep, through the day, whenever you remember. So this keeps getting fed in. Why is this so important? Today in the neuroscience labs, we're beginning to see that man is essentially a creature of habit. This is not poetry, this is seen in the science lab. Beautiful book on neuroscience shows us that if somebody were to offer me a piece of cake, I really don't have free will. Yeah, unfortunate, it's sad to say, but I don't have free will. It's based on my habit is based on neuronal pathways. If the last 500 times I've said yes, I will just say yes again. Which means, what is Manish's role in Manish's life? Yeah, what's my role in my life? If everything is already neuronal pathways. Here it gets really interesting. Essentially, if I have a resolve, a sankalp, now resolution is this often disrespected word because everybody takes a New Year resolution. By Jan 2nd, it's the same old story, and by June, you're waiting for the New Year. No, a resolve is very powerful simply because when you take that resolution now, you have a chance to alter your day-to-day behavior. So if you offer me a piece of cake, I may say no if my resolve is to be healthy. Now I have changed my day-to-day behavior based on my long-term goal. This is possible only if you have a resolve or a sankalp. It becomes very, very critical and important for you to have this. So once again, you visualize your goal, your sankalp, you verbalize it, and you keep feeding this into your mind. Once this happens regularly, you will find that your behavior changes. You're now behaving very uniquely. You've changed everything because you're in pursuit of a sankalp. Studies show that people who have short-term goals and accomplish them are the happiest on our planet. There you go. Sankalp, focus. Once you have the sankalp, you've got the focus. Now how do you train the toolkit? How do you take from the toolkit of yoga? Everyday practice asanas. It's not for the flexibility, it's not for the fitness. It is just so that you use the body like a painter uses painting to train, to get into a focused state. In yoga, you're using the body to get into a focused state. And that is your expression. The way you hold yourself, the way you breathe, you come into heightened states of focus. For the next few hours, you can take up any work, any project because you have that focus. Second, through the breath, by breathing nice and slow. Mindfulness is a word that we are overusing today just by doing a little bit of slow breathing. Will it change my life? Not completely, but even that small change is very important. So by using yoga and pranayama, that's the root of mindfulness, pranayama, the understanding of expansion of breath, expansion of life through breath. By doing this mindful breathing, you will find that your focus improves and improves. The body, breath, and the mind. Using the visualization, using the vocalization, you use everything in your disposal to make focus your mantra. And once you do that, stress won't trouble you. Stress happens when you don't have focus. When you don't know where you want to go in life, every small thing a person says or does can bug you. When you know where you want to go, you then equip yourself with the capability to take on the waves of life. I thank you for joining me. Please do write in and let me know. You can drop a comment here whether these ancient practices like Sankalp is helping to transform your body, mind and prana. Keep challenging yourself every day, every month, every moon cycle, every month. Take a new Sankalp on the new moon and see whether you're able to accomplish it. Here's wishing you all the very best. Namaste.